Wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the importance of properly shutting down your Windows machine. I've been thinking a lot about this, and I'm trying to think of a kind of a non-technical explanation, and I think I've arrived at the proper conclusion. Boiling it down to its most basic, what you have to understand is when you're using your computer and Windows is running and you have your desktop and you're doing your browsing, you're playing your games or whatever it is you're doing, Windows has literally thousands of files open. In other words, there's a bunch of files on your hard drive, and that operating system has them open, ready to use at probably a microsecond's notice actually. And all those files are important for the proper operation of your Windows operating system. The whole purpose of shutting down Windows using your menu button, either from your start menu on Windows 7 or 10 or that other thing that's on Windows 8 and 8.1, is to ensure that all of those open files are closed in a proper and orderly fashion so that the next time Windows starts, all of those files are in a state that Windows can use and put into operation. Now, when you use your power button on your computer to turn your machine off, and most machines will do this if you hold the power button down long enough, it does what's called a hardware stop, and it will shut down your machine. Well, what happens when you do this, and it also happens if the power goes out or if your desktop, for example, is accidentally unplugged, all of these files that are open, well, who knows what happens to them exactly? You can't know. One thing we know that doesn't happen is that they're shut down in an orderly fashion. So you might have some files that in an unstable state. You might have some files that are corrupted. You might have some files that can't be found. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? You won't know until you try to start up Windows again. And you know what might happen when you go to start up Windows again and those files are not in the state that Windows expects them to be? Well, your operating system just might not start. Now, it's not likely. I would say there's like, I would say there's like 1% chance. 99 times out of 100 you restart your computer even though you didn't stop it the correct way, you didn't shut it down the correct way. Windows is going to be able to figure out a way. I hate to say figure out a way because it is just a piece of software. But that's just kind of like a layman's way to look at it. So Windows starts up, it expects to see files in a certain place. Sometimes if a file is not in a certain place, Windows might be able to work around it or fix it on the fly. It really depends on which file it is. If it's an important system file and it's not there, Windows isn't going to start, and that's the name of that tune. And that is why Windows will often not start after a shutdown that's not done properly. So that is why you have to be careful about how you shut your machine down. You can play the odds and continue to shut down your computer with your power button, or you can do it the right way. 99 times out of 100 won't hurt. But certainly the more often you do it, the greater chance you take of corrupting your system installation, and then you may or may not be able to get it back to a running state, and you may or may not have to reload Windows. And so you don't really want to go through that. I've had a lot of people come through my shop and I had to reload the operating system because Windows doesn't really have like an extensive suite of self-repair tools. It's either pretty much it works or it pretty much doesn't. There's a couple little things you can do that might or might not work, but they're not guaranteed at all. Even the startup repair on Windows 7 and above is hardly a robust repair tool. So the next time you go to shut down your computer, make sure you use the menu-driven shutdown that's located in Windows, either in your start menu or on that other thingy on Windows 8, and you'll save yourself a lot of heartache later. Well, that was my tip for the day. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Comment below. If you have any questions, ask them. I'll be more than happy to answer. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.